Good morning students. This is a video for the students of class 7th, subject science. We were studying chapter number 16, that is water, a precious resource. It's your lecture number 6. In this lecture, we will discuss the NCERT solution of this chapter. Let's start with question number 1. Mark T if the statement is true and F if it is false. A part is the fresh water stored in the ground is much more than that present in the rivers and lakes of the world. So, we know that the fresh water does not contain much salt. Okay, and the water which is present in the river or lakes may contain many impurities and they also contain harmful gases. Okay, and there is very less amount of fresh water which is stored in the ground. So, this statement is false. B part. Water shortage is a problem faced only by people living in rural areas. Water shortage means lack of water. Actually, the water shortage is due to the increase in population and increase in industries and by the many other purposes. So, it's not depend on that whether the people living in rural areas or in any other area. So, this statement is also false. C part is water from rivers is the only source of irrigation in the fields. No, this statement is also false because we know that there are many other sources for irrigation the fields, like they can use the canal water and any other. D part is rain is the ultimate source of water. No, this is also false. And why it is false? Because as we know, the rain is the natural process, right? And is a source of fresh water. And if there is no rainfall, then also we can get water, that is the availability of marine water, but is not for potable use. So we can say the rain is a source of fresh water. Okay, that's why this statement is false. So we can say the rain is a source of fresh water, not an ultimate source of water. Second question is explain how groundwater is recharged. So the answer is the water which is found below the water table is known as groundwater. The rainwater and the water from other sources like rivers, ponds seeps through the soil, means absorbed by the soils and fills the empty spaces between the cracks that are deep below the ground. The process of seeping of water into the ground is known as infiltration, and by this process, means by the process of infiltration, the groundwater gets recharged. Question number 3 is there are 10 tube wells in a lane of 50 houses. Suppose there are 10 tube wells in a lane of 50 houses. Now the question is, what could be the long term impact? Impact means effect. Means what could be the long term effect on the water table? So the answer is the impact on the water table depends upon the amount of water that is fed to the tube wells, okay, and the amount of water that is pumped out, okay. Means the effect of water table depends on amount of water. If there is equal balance between it, then there would not be long impact on the water table. Means if there is a balance between the amount of water which is fed and the amount of water which is pumped out, then there would not be long impact on the water table. Means there would not be long effect on the water table. And if it is not in balance, the impact on the water table goes down. Means if it is not in balance, the water table goes down, okay. Question number 4. You have been asked to maintain a garden. Means like I am asking you to maintain a garden. So how will you minimize the use of water? Means for maintaining the garden, I want that less amount of water is used. So what should we do for that? So the answer is, we know that water is necessary for the growth of plants that helps in maintaining a garden, right? So the irrigation system is used to water and to minimize the use of water, means to saving the water. The drip irrigation technique is the best technique. The drip irrigation method should be used, because in this method water is supplied directly to the base of the plants, means around the roots of the plants, using narrow pipes or drippers. This method helps in reducing the loss of water. Means by using drip irrigation technique, we can save the water. Question number 5 is, explain the factors responsible for the depletion of water table. Means we have to explain each and every factors. So the answer is, the factor responsible for the depletion of water table are as follows. Let's see what are the factors. First factor is increasing population. Humans consume too much water for its potable use. Potable use means like for drinking, for cooking and many other activities. And if there is increase in the population, then there is increase in the consumption of water, and that leads us to shortage of water. That's why we are saying that increasing population is a factor responsible for depletion of water table. This is your first factor. Second factor is increasing industries. Almost all the industries need large amount of water for its production process, right? And if there is increase in the number of industries, there is increase in the consumption of water. That leads to a shortage of water, because it's understood that if there is increase in the number of industries, then large amount of water is required by these industries, and this leads to a shortage of water. So increasing industries is the factor that is responsible for the depletion of water table. Next factor is agricultural activities. We all know the humans depend on agriculture, from where food is given to humans. Means all the humans depend on agriculture, from where food is given to humans. Farmer depends on the water for irrigating the crops. In some places where availability of rivers, canals are less, farmers use groundwater for irrigation. Right? It leads to a shortage of groundwater because they use groundwater for irrigating their crops. The less water is, lesser the food we have, and would faced with the issue of great demand and less supply. Question number 6 is fill in the blanks. A part is people obtain groundwater through dash and dash. So, answer is people obtain groundwater through hand pumps and tube wells. Okay. B part is we have already done this question, that is 3 forms of water are solid, liquid and gas. Example of solid, ice. Example of liquid, the water we drink, which is present in the water which is present in river, lakes, etc. And third form is gas, like water vapors. C part, the water bearing layer of the earth is dash. So the answer is the water bearing layer of the earth is water table. What is water table? The upper level of groundwater. And this upper level of groundwater is also called water bearing layer because it consists of water. So the water bearing layer of the earth is called water table. Okay. D part is the process of water seepage into the ground is called infiltration. Okay. We have already discussed that by this process the groundwater gets recharged, right, in question number 2. And this process is called infiltration. Question number 7. Which one of the following is not responsible for the water shortage? Option A is rapid growth of industries. No, because increasing industries is a factor responsible for water shortage, right? So this option is wrong. B is increasing population. This option is also wrong. C is heavy rainfall. So we all know the rain is not a factor responsible for water shortage, because we all know we get water from the rain. That's why option C is correct. Question number 8. Choose the correct option. First part is the total water in the lakes and the rivers of the world remains constant. Constant means same. So this is wrong because the total water is not same in the world. Second option is under the ground remains constant, means the total water under the ground remains constant. No, this is also incorrect. the total water in the seas and the ocean of the world remains constant? No, the total water in the seas is not constant, it's not same. But the total water of the world remains constant. Okay, that is 71%. So this option is right. So the answer is the total water of the world remains constant. Okay. So students, your homework is learn and write NCERT questions in fair notebook. Okay, you have to write these questions in fair notebook. So this ends for today's lecture. Thank you.